Hi and welcome to Blend Clinic. Today we're going to be talking about dynamic parenting within Blender, specifically using the add-on dynamic parenting. It's freely available from, if you go to blenderartist.org, there is a link there, so follow this link. Lovely, lovely. And there's a GitHub link there for the most up-to-date version. Download it as standard add-on standard add-on procedures. So, go to install, navigate to the folder where it lives, click on it, and then when it comes up, tick the box, and you'll get this little panel over here. That's how you know it's worked. Lovely. So what are we working with today? So I've taken like 10 minutes to animate a really quick scene. We've got this robot character and this hot dog monster that jumps onto his helmet, and we want it to stick to the helmet of this space robot guy. So let's just check that this is doing what we need to. Yeah, so at the moment, if I animate the character to react as the hot dog hits the robot, he's kind of got to lurch backwards, but the hot dog doesn't stick because they're not parented. There's no relationship. So what you could do so I'm going to stick the root bone to this target bone here. So this target bone is called target chest.c, and this is the root bone of the hot dog monster, and this is where I want to stick them together. So I'm going to go to the root bone, add bone constraint, and I'm going to add a child of constraint. Some pretty basic stuff right there. I'm going to choose bot rig, so the rig of my other character. I'm going to choose the bone, target, chest, C. And as you can see, as soon as we do that, sprawling, off he goes, and the character moves. So the way we fix that is we hit set inverse, and now we have him stuck to the rig. But as you can see, he started to drift over here because and he's all offset, and it doesn't make any sense, and that's because it's parented from the start. It's parented to this bone, and that's not what we wanted. So what we can do is we can hit I whilst hovering over the influence to add a keyframe, go back a frame, and just dial that down. I've got auto keyframing on, so it's automatically added another keyframe for me, and now that works properly. The difficulty comes in now. So if I were to animate my main guy again, so hits there, I'm just going to make him lurch backwards a bit. The difficulty comes in when I want to release this. So I want to release that, so I'm going to snap my cursor to selected. I'm going to hit I to keyframe it, and then I'm going to dial the influence back. So now he's released, but he moves away. So what we typically have to do is kind of snap this selection to cursor, rotate it back to place, and also we'd have to take that the previous keyframe and just, oh, hang on, what am I doing here? I've totally screwed this up now. Oh, and the location, sorry, and the rotation. And yeah, and now that sort of works. But there's a little bit of a jump there because I wasn't very precise in sort of fixing that jump. So basically, as it releases, if I just delete this keyframe again, you'll. So as it releases, you get that. That offset reappearing. Now, this is where dynamic parent, the add-on dynamic parent, really helps us. So I can get rid of this child of constraint, and delete its influence and such. And then what I'm going to do, I won't even delete the animation on our spaceman robot guy. All I'm going to do is I'm going to in object mode, shift select both rigs, go to pose mode, I'll select my target bone, and then last I will select the root of the hot dog creature. So the first thing you select is what you want to stick to, and then the second thing you select is what you want stuck. Yeah, and then I'll just hit create on dynamic parent, and you can see over here in our hot dogs rig root bone, it has created that child of constraint for us, and it's added keyframes. So bap, that works beautifully. But then what if we want to release it? Well, we just hit disable, and it adds some more keyframes, and it's all still in the right place. And then I can animate him even further. Oh, actually what I want to do is have the animation carry on from where the release occurs, and it's perfect. There we go. So dynamic parent takes a lot of the pain out of that manual parenting process, that manual child of constraint process and animating the influences. It just does it all for you. You know, there's ways it can go wrong and not always work in every single situation, but for me, it's one of those add-ons I just need to keep around because it just makes things so much easier. So hopefully that clears up for you how you can use dynamic parent in your workflow and animate things a little faster, a little cleaner, and get some good results. And yeah, hot dog monsters. Who knew that's how I'd make my living? Cool. Thanks, and catch you next time.